You're listening to Sage Against the Machine. My name's Joshua.
I'm Isaac White.
And we will be talking about some stuff today.
Well, I think we did a pretty good job so far of like staying on. You know what though? While we were talking though, I started thinking about the constructive criticism we received about, talking about the problems, but perhaps we could offer some potential solutions that we have.
Yes.
So
dissolving the elective council.
We're not going to agree on that. You're going too crazy on me.
And
even I think that's too much right now.
And then when I'm voted into the St. Regis Mohawk tribe, we're going to annex the Canadian side and we're going to overthrow Mohawk Council.
Beauty.
Because that one was for sure put in by the Canada.
Oh, definitely.
We can't even argue about where that one comes from.
I mean, honestly, too, like you look at the history of the three chief system.
Yeah. I
mean, I don't know. Like, I'm no historical expert, but I've learned enough, and that was New York. Like,
that was it.
I mean,
see, here's how I understand it. There was 9 captains. Mm-hmm. That's what we called them back then, captains who were for different clans, and the principal clans at that time were the wolf, the bear, the turtle, and the plover. And the plover's the snipe. Mm-hmm. So that was the principal families who were under those clans, and they had 9 captains. And then at some point, this border came on through there. So you had some on the Canadian side of this new border and some on the American side who immediately started about fighting over jurisdiction and courts and land and all that shit.
Yep.
And so it turned into 2 separate things. And then the American side version of that did the trustee system with those 3 same chiefs. And the Canadian side did like the long hair, the life chiefs.
Yep.
Up until like the 1860s, 70s or something like that. And then the island, many of whom were Abenaki and Anglican, not Roman Catholic, started wanting their own money for the church because all the Canadian money went to the Canadian church in the village.
Right.
So they started bugging Ottawa for elections, and I think they did hold some. But the village kept not upholding it, and every time they tried to have an election, there would be a riot, and they would beat up the police constable. And there's a fella named Jake Fire who would beat the shit out of them.
Yep.
He was probably a pretty rough fella himself.
He must have been pretty fucking tough.
Yeah.
He really must have been.
Them old guys must have been tough as fuck. Think about what they're just small, brown, fucking mean guys.
Yep.
And half of them were bootleggers.
Yep.
We're not perfect.
No.
And then...
certainly not. But I don't think you or I ever try to portray it as though we
It's more fun that they're not perfect.
Yeah, it is.
Even the Handsome Lake. The real Handsome Lake's a fucking interesting guy.
Yes, that is true.
We mythologize shit. The real guy is so interesting.
Very interesting.
I mean, he was at the peace of 1760. He was a kid in Montreal when the Mohawks from the north and south were going at it with each other.
He was there? I didn't know he was there.
Yeah, he was a kid. That's his relative was corn planter.
I remember you telling me that before.
That's why corn planter is one of his was one of the guys that got punished.
Okay.
So in any case, they got rounded up and arrested, and Jake Fire walked in there and started beating the shit out of the Dominion police, and they shot him in the head. I think they shot him in the chest, actually.
Yeah, I think it was in the chest.
That's your abridged, fuzzy version of history.
Yeah, for those who don't know it.
Yeah, so...
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, you know the history better than me, but...
It's real fuzzy, though. I mush things.
Well, I used to have the facts down better, but that was when I worked for PJ, and he made me read, so that was...
But the general outline was people believed in sovereignty, even they were Christian as all Christian can be, and they still believed in sovereignty, and that's one of the points is they still hung on to that independence. And that's as much a cultural trait as anything else. So these fake versions of independence that we're getting is it's exactly what they were fighting against.
Yes.
And those people 115 years ago knew better.
Yes, they did.
120 years ago. These are illiterate farmers, and they know better.
Yeah, farmers and lumberjacks and, fishermen.
Bootleggers.
Yeah, bootleggers. but that is true. I mean, all right, let's start. We're talking about, the degradation of, the true power of the people here is basically what I'm taking away from what we're saying. And so solutions to that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is because I do think there must be a way to like pull the data, I mean, as much as you could, and show the correlation between like the, you know, the more power that these elected councils assert and then participation amongst the people in the affairs of what's going on, right?
I mean, they don't want them to.
No,
Let's be honest.
Yeah, and we've talked about that, you know, and so like
they're so fucking annoyed with a whole bunch of people throwing.
Yeah, and I really believe like one of the major ways to that is like what you said, like direct ballot initiatives. You know, like and I'm sorry, but it's incumbent upon any, you know, like it's really about us as a community and as a people. But even if you don't like the elected systems, the way that they came into being, whatever, just be a realist about it and understand they're not going away, and that all of the funding that comes in to help us with our programs and all that stuff, you know, the casino, yes, it generates revenue, but not that much.
Right.
You know, you need.
How much is it?
It's
that meeting's last night.
Yeah, Haudenosaunee was last night.
Yeah.
I didn't go to that. I actually should call someone and find out how much it was, because I actually have no idea. Yeah. I have no idea at this point what it's like, but I know like it, you know, it's certainly not enough to fund the entire budget of the tribe on its own. You know, it definitely, you know, those federal funds, they need them, you know, to run the programs.
Okay.
But so, you know, as that goes along, then we're talking about like, you know, this stagnation of the people. Well, when you get to, it's like you start, I believe there needs to be a threshold on the number of people who can approve a referendum, you know, because even like for the validity of an election itself, because when you and I ran, roughly 800 people voted. Yeah. Roughly. So
some more for you than for me.
Yeah. A lot more for Bev and Cheryl than me or you. But
you did all right.
Well, for my first run, I don't think that was that bad.
For a guy a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
I'm way more famous than you.
I know. You really are. You're way more famous than me.
Just wait till these kids get older.
I know. That's what, like, I keep telling everybody, I'm like, if this fucking kids would vote, you or me would have won. But that, like, it's like, I don't feel comfortable with, you know, just 800 people making a decision for 16,000 people. I'm not comfortable with that. So it's incumbent in my eyes to get people to engage more. You know, well, how do you do that? I don't have all the ideas, but I certainly know that more frequent and personal communication between people in positions of power at the tribe, you know, more direct. Yeah. You know, like smaller. It doesn't have to be this formal thing, you know, but
we can do it on Facebook.
Yeah. Like hold a live conversation. Yeah. That was why I said during the campaign, I was going to hold weekly, just open the doors. Yeah. Come on in. Let's talk. Yeah. It doesn't have to be like, fuck Robert's rules of order and all of that. Robert. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know
He's
what I mean?
A pirate anyway.
Like, do you need to, was he really? I was going to say, what the fuck?
I don't know.
Trying to get me? But I actually do not know the origin of Robert's Rules of Order. I have no idea.
Bobby.
Yeah, no, right. Bobby Rule. But that, I mean, that's the thing is like, you know, it's, I mean, I understand there's got to be some semblance of order in a fucking meeting, but, you know.
I think we should fight it out. I think it should be trial by combat.
Well, then I'd be fucked. I'd never win anything. The only thing I got going for me is that I can run my mouth. And I can write a little bit.
I know some 12-year-old girls that would be in charge.
Fuck yeah, I know. That's what I ain't messing around. I'm not trying to fuck around with it. I'm too fat and weak and old now. I'm done.
Yeah. Well, I think the first step is just communicating and with the people. We're the people. Also, just like not accepting things for face value. I mean, that's pretty much how I run through life. Is I don't accept anything for face value because it all comes from colonization. So a lot of times we're just told stuff. We just go along with it as Robert's Rule of Order. Who the fuck's Robert? I don't know.
I don't know.
Why do we do this? It's troublesome for people. But look, the old generation will die.
Yeah.
we get to do what we want eventually. So what are we going to rebuild?
Yeah.
Because they used to have the thing, well, when it's all traditional people, now it's a lot of traditional people. It
is.
I don't know if it's maybe it's a little nicer, or maybe they just have more money. I don't know the answer to that.
I think it usually comes to money.
I also think that often we say, well, the people aren't invested because they don't participate.
Mm-hmm.
Is that even true? Or is it the people are doing their own thing, and the council matters a lot less than they think they do?
Yeah.
And as long as they don't stop people from doing their own thing, do what you want. But the day they stop doing, the day they start really imposing order, you're going to find out that the guillotine's not that far away.
No, and you know what? Perfectly highlighting that was the cannabis shops.
Mm-hmm.
Because
they talked tough for a minute, didn't they?
Yeah, for about a week.
Yeah.
Well, a little longer than that, but they talked tough for a little bit, and then they realized if we actually try to do this shit, there's going to be like serious pushback, and
Mm-hmm.
we're not going to be able to stop it,
right.
Which is the truth.
Right.
I mean, because that's actually something that you just kind of like made me think of was when you really look at it, okay, low participation rate. Well, that means that they're really acting without a true go ahead from the community.
Mm-hmm. And it's also like America found that out.
Yeah.
America's been trying to stop cannabis for a long time. They lost.
Yeah.
The South seems to be turning into a fascist dictatorship, but
yeah,
it's happening really fast.
It is happening fast.
Yeah. So
fucking Ron DeSantis is insane, I think.
So when the Americans have their second civil war,
maybe
all our problems won't matter so much.
Don't you ever think because you'll hear people, especially like on mainstream news networks, the whole there's going to be another civil war, and I'm like, yeah, you're overplaying that card a little more or a little too much. I actually could see it, at some point, because it's kind of like I think people will take shit to a certain point. That's just humans.
I mean, July 6th did happen. There's the rifles are not in the hands of the lefties.
No.
So
no. Yeah.
Maybe they should start thinking about that one.
Well, they're trying to figure out some way for.
No, I think the lefties better just get some of them rifles.
Just buy them instead of trying to ban them.
Yeah. You're gonna need them in a minute.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I was actually having a conversation at work because one of my friends was very upset about some states are arresting people who have piercings, who have hair, and like for me, as someone who the foundation of the First Amendment and right to expression should be, if you're a conservative, should be as holy and unbreakable as the Second Amendment is. So to see these fake conservatives line up and be okay with this, I think if you're a conservative American, you see that happen, it's your duty to pick that rifle up and go free those weirdos with red hair and piercings and want to call themselves whatever you want, because you should be all for that.
Agreed.
And if you're not, you're a liar.
Yes.
You're not really. You're just another neo-fascist.
You're acting in bad faith. I mean,
yeah.
It really is, because you're right. If you're supposed to be some staunch conservative and they'll cry, we're being censored by the mainstream media and by Google and Amazon and, all of that shit. Give me a justifiable reason why you wouldn't go and defend those people.
Yeah. If you're an oath keeper, you should be going to wherever that stuff's happening. That's where you should go first.
Yeah.
So I see that happening. And then I'm thinking to myself, in one way, let these places are going to suck.
Mm-hmm.
Religious, the super religious fundamentalism and super conservatism doesn't lead to good things.
No.
It doesn't lead to fun things. All your artists are going to leave. All the cool people are going to leave because they don't want to go to jail for being cool people who like to dress weird. So then it's just going to become this boring place, and maybe they'll just rebel.
Problem with that, though, is that, let's say Alabama. That's what always comes to mind when a fucked up place where they do weird shit.
Mississippi.
Yeah, Mississippi. That was the second one.
The worst of everything.
Yeah, that's what I've heard that too.
It's the
Mississippi
bottom.
is the worst.
It's the asshole of America.
So you figure like, I mean, just in my mind anyway, like when I think about it, it's like, okay, so they're going to turn these places into, areas where nobody wants to fucking live because it sucks. But the people who do stick around, each of those states still gets 2 senators. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So we let them break away.
Yeah, I mean, like.
Go form your weird Confederate states.
I don't care. Like, honestly, like, the shit that Ron DeSantis is doing. Did you see also, I'm going to butcher his name, but he's running, he's seeking the Republican nomination, Vivek.
I don't follow
Ramaswamy.
I don't follow it that much, but I know if you're announcing now, you're not going to win.
I mean, Trump's going to win anyway.
You think so?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
I think the left. I think the coasts will. I don't know.
I don't think. I honestly. Oh, you mean in the general? I was talking about the primary.
Oh, okay.
In the general, I actually look. The more Joe Biden goes on, doing things the way he's doing them, like. Yeah. The DNC and the Democratic machine, they're not going to have fucking debates.
Yeah.
What is that? You can't do that. And, I think Joe Biden is not having as, much success cognitively as he used to. I don't think it's like completely fucking unreasonable to say that.
As one of the founders of drug war, may he rot.
Yeah. I mean, the crime bill 94, 92.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Fuck him. He was, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
He's better than Trump, I guess.
He's just not Trump. That's it.
Yeah, that's exactly
all it is. He's not Trump.
If you're running people just because they're not somebody else, what are you? You're nothing. You are hollow. You are a shell of a person, of an entity, of someone with principles.
So maybe both the parties will collapse.
I would love it.
And the libertarians will win.
I don't know. Libertarians are strange to me.
Real libertarians are awesome. Fake libertarians that are really just conservative fascists suck.
Well, actually, you know what the big thing I have with libertarians is? It's the economic part of it.
Yeah.
Because they don't believe in taxation. And I'm like, I want a robust social welfare state. Yeah. How do you get that without making people pay into it?
Yeah, you need that gloved iron fist for your own benefit because you're too stupid to figure it out, masses. But you can vote for us.
Yeah, it
is a logical problem there, isn't there?
It is.
There's a little bit of an incongruity in it.
There's always incongruity in everything. I mean,
what if we just have like we just do everything for advertising?
All right. That's pretty much what they all do anyway.
Let's build the AI and let them do it. Then we don't have to think about this shit no more.
I'm loving the AI. It is so cool. Although I get pissed at it because like I write an article and then I'll send it through Grammarly for it to edit it. And the last time I did that, it sent me back like my score was only like 82.
Yeah.
And then it said there was like 87 like punctuation errors. And I was like, fuck you, AI. There's no way there's that many wrong.
Yeah.
So then I'm looking at it, I'm like, actually, I think it's right. It wasn't like crazy things, but it was like punctuation shit.
At what point, though, will everything sound the same if everything is done, like run through an AI filter?
Yeah.
Just like you kind of notice everything that AI makes as art sort of looks alike.
I haven't looked at a lot of it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So I wonder if especially with something like grammar, which actually has rules.
Yeah.
If everyone's writing will just appear the same. Because I noticed, like, if you're trying to affect a certain speech pattern, you might use punctuation differently.
Yep.
In a creative way.
Yeah.
And I find that Grammarly, like I have to fight with Grammarly sometimes over words and stuff.
So do I. I hit dismiss a lot, because, like, that is something like, okay, so, like, if you were writing a press release, AI could do that easily.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be something that it wouldn't be fine because they write them bland anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
It's when you get into that more like that humanality of it. You know what I mean? Like that's where like, it's going to like, you don't want it to sound like everything else. Like you read Yuri Bukowski or something like that. Like, you know that's him.
Yeah.
You know that's him.
Kurt Vonnegut, he's got a voice.
I started reading Slaughterhouse-Five, and then I lost that book too. Because I was, they're putting out a movie of Killers of the Flower Moon. I have the book, and I got like 30 pages into it, and then I put it somewhere, and I can't find it. And kind of the same thing with Slaughterhouse-Five. It was interesting, but I've never read anything else by Kurt Vonnegut.
I just hear he's good.
Yeah.
I tried to read that. I got so tired.
Yeah. That's what, like, for me, it's
I've listened to some of them, and I get a little ways in, and yeah.
So
when I run for tribal chief again, I'm going to hire ChatGPT to do. I'm going to downsize. I'm going to save you $1 million right off the bat. Because if your job can be replaced by ChatGPT, it will be.
Yeah. It's, I know there's definitely, there are people who should be worried about it. Like, honestly, I'm a writer now. I'm fucking worried about it. You know what I mean? Like, what am I going to do?
I'm not worried about it.
Well, you go on stage and you teach kids, like, can't have AI teach kids. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that like that.
Maybe we should have AI teach kids.
Right? Yeah. No more weirdo teachers.
I mean, there's a lot of them.
I have not interacted with a lot of teachers, to be honest.
Yeah, some of them
since
are great.
I was in school.
They're people, and some of them are great and some of them are not.
Yeah.
But, humans are corruptible, and there are very few angels, and they're
pretty easily corruptible.
Very easily corruptible, which is kind of why democracy is kind of stupid. But it's better than the alternative because people are corruptible, and the alternative is also people.
Yep.
People with zero limits.
That's what we're always, I mean, that's kind of actually, it's interesting you said it that way, because that kind of makes me think perhaps an AI generated leadership or, like advisory council might be the best way to go.
Let's do it.
Like, because I mean, let's be like, humans fucking suck a lot, like for the most part.
The Saber's Mohawk Tribe, powered by Google.
OpenAI presents St. Regis Mohawk Tribe. Yeah, I mean, people, frequently disappoint, frequently flail and fail. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, if you can get a little assistance from something that's only basing, it on patterns and factual data,
well,
might not be bad.
The fundamentalists are scary because they think they have the answer, and that's why I don't trust people in power and people who want to aspire to power. Like, even when I aspire to power, it's just because I hate waste, and I see so much of it.
Yep.
And, we can act locally, and we don't. We pay lip service. We can act sovereignty. We don't.
No,
we just don't. For whatever reason, because people are afraid. I've realized that I'm far more bold, and it's a weird thing to say, than a lot of people, and I don't understand that because I don't feel that way.
I kind of think you're more bold than I am, actually.
Foolhardy.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
Oppositional
I'm pretty
defiance
bold.
disorder.
Sure, but you are bold, and I don't think if you're using that boldness in the right way and not intentionally trying to cause harm or whatever. I don't know.
I've met people more bold than me, and I wish we had more of those.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking of a couple right now, but I don't think too like that whole concept of sovereignty. I mean, one, it is a European concept.
It is.
And that's not even deniable.
I prefer the word liberation. I've been using a lot lately.
I like liberation. That's pretty good. Yeah. I'm going to try to think of my way of a word for it myself. Yeah. But it's that, exercising those things, because I don't think even look at the land claims, it's something that obviously is going to affect us now and for everybody to come after us, right?
Do we want to start a new episode for that?
Not right now. But I just, we can hold it because we should hold it.
Well, I saw a press release by a Longhouse recently.
Oh, you want to talk about that real quick?
Well, I do, but it's...
you want to dedicate more time?
I think it should be its own thing.
Okay. Yeah, because I'll do some notes and shit. 'Cause
Yeah.
I have some thoughts on it, and actually,
I'm gonna chop this episode up a bit because if we kind of wandered, and I'm gonna try to keep it sort of on a task.
yeah, because I think that there are some things in their release that I really agree with.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but also, what's it? As someone who lives in the land claim, what's it mean?
Right.
Like, this is a lot of it's theoretical for them. For me, it's like I'm standing on it. So
does this falls into mile square?
This falls into. I don't know. I can't remember. There was 3, site A, B, and C. I think this is B or C. It's a larger piece.
Okay.
It's not in town.
Okay.
So it's the piece that's like connected to. It's like more legit than in town.
Yeah. Okay.
Because in town is kind of. I don't know. They have shops open, so I don't know what to say about that. Fort Company doesn't have a lot going for it.
No.
I honestly think we could just buy it all.
We could actually.
I've been saying that for about 15 years.
Yeah.
Like, and some people have.
I've been saying it for about 8.
Yeah, and some people have.
No, about 9.
More people have than people know. There's like a ton. Like half the town's probably already owned by natives.
Have you ever seen the like the financial reports, the budget stuff from the towns? Have you ever looked at them?
I don't. I should
go to Open Book.
Yeah.
Is it Open Book? It's like Open Book New York, or it's something like that. But when I worked at the court, when PJ was there and the court was still running properly, he pulled those numbers, and so then he was showing me, and literally, and I think you could intuit this without having to see the data, but literally without our casino money, these fucking towns, Bombay, Fort, and like they would die.
Yeah,
they could not function.
Right.
And if they were, they'd have to get money from somewhere else.
So they should be a little fucking nicer.
Exactly. And we should get some more services for our territory, particularly the casino, because we fund your whole goddamn living area.
And just be nice, man.
Yeah.
That's been all the last week. I've been encouraging these young people because they're in a system that they also can't control. And they're pretty rough with each other. And I've been trying to encourage them. It doesn't cost you anything to get a little bit nicer. Oh, that person's not being nice. No shit. Well, why don't you do it? So that's a solution. Hey, everybody, try to be, and I'll do it myself. I won't just call these. I am still for the dissolution of these councils. I don't mean the entire, now we don't have social services division.
Right.
I mean, we're like, let's reevaluate. We can tear down the dominoes if we want.
Yes.
I've had friends, Onkweonwe, they have this path to traditional governance, they call it. Basically, they want to chop the head off the snake and replace it with Gustoas. Anyways, I wonder how that's going to go because often it's the unelected bureaucracy that actually makes all the decisions. So I've heard it said, I heard it back in the day, it doesn't matter who's elected, we're still here. Which is one of the reasons why I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. I mean, what the Soviets used to do is take about 40% of the sitting people and put them in front of a ditch. But we're not going to do that because we're nice.
Right. Yeah.
We're not, we're just going to make you get another job.
Yeah. Well, honestly, that bureaucratic part of it, like that machine, you're right, is that I just noticed that, and granted, I only worked in nation building for a short amount of time, but to me, it seemed like MCA particularly is much more bureaucratic heavy. That administrative state is very powerful there. Granted, it's powerful at the tribe too, but I think when you look at the tribe, it definitely comes. It seems more like it definitely comes from the chiefs down. Yeah, for sure.
And it has to do with the Indian Act.
Yes, but I also think that there is one particular body within the SRMT that doesn't get talked about that much by the people that is incredibly powerful.
The janitors.
Well, yeah. What are you going to do without toilet paper? What the fuck are you going to do? You know what, too? And that sucks because, the people who do the custodial jobs for the tribe, they do not get paid fucking near enough. You know what I mean?
No, I think they should raise their brooms up to the air.
They get fucking like I've seen it. Like people fucking do rude shit. They just fucking throw shit on the floor. Like, you know what I mean? Like make a big mess and just like, oh, fuck it. Like, you know, it'll be cleaned up. Like, yo, what are you doing? That's just disrespectful. But anyway, they were, where was I going with that?
The bureaucracy that doesn't get talked about, but
it's the executive director.
Yeah.
Like Jalessa holds a lot of power. All of, you know, Jalessa and those executive, you know, assistant directors, whatever their title actually is, they hold a lot of power. That office, you know, they have a lot of power. And, you know, and they don't exercise it a lot, but the tribal clerk also holds a lot of power. They're elected.
Is that why he's elected?
Yes. Like, you pretty much need the tribal clerk to sign off on anything that the council does. So if someone was the tribal clerk and really wanted to wield some checks and balances, they could just refuse to sign shit.
Oh, really?
Yes.
See, there's
deeds, shit like that. Like,
yeah.
They could just say, I'm not signing this. This isn't right. And, you know, I'm not saying I wanted to turn into like some like fucking crazy hippie activist, like, you know, activity they're doing. However, there really are, you know, I've seen them myself from working at the court. There are things that council does where they do need to be checked. And the only one that, you know, like obviously executive director has a lot of influence as well with the council. So does the general counsel, the lawyer. But it's really, I always saw like, if you're the tribal clerk, you can really make things stop and go.
So that's the one I need to pay?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But I mean, because I thought about that before I was running for tribal clerk, because that's probably the quickest way to, that might be one of the quickest ways to reel this all in.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, would be to, but it's got to be somebody who thinks more progressively, you know, and is willing to stand up to you, like you know, like I think we've all heard stories about, you know, people behind the scenes at the tribe getting pressured into doing shit they don't necessarily want to do. And that would be one thing. You got to have someone in there who wants things to run correctly, but also can stand up to the pressure of, and I'm not saying that Summer can't or that she's not willing to.
She's pretty tall.
Yeah. But I, you know, like I have no idea, but I'm kind of like, you know, hint, Summer, like you have a lot of power, a lot. And that's, you know, like in particularly, like if one of us had won, I would want to make sure that whenever the tribal clerk's position was up, that you also run someone who is down with that kind of, you know, agenda.
Yeah.
There's a solution.
Yeah, there's a solution. And also be nicer to each other.
Yes, definitely be nicer to each other. Hey man, you know, like I'm
pretty nice, by the way.
You are nice.
I don't know what people think because I'm a comedian and I tell dark jokes. It's just how I
think so, because
it's just how I process. I turn grief into joy.
Yeah,
and I'm an alchemist that way.
That's yeah. I mean, yeah, alchemy. That's a good way to put it. A little bit of this, a little bit of sadness, a little bit of depression.
But once you put your mind into the place where you are totally free and everything's a construct, it kind of it makes me not stress about things so much that maybe I used to stress about a lot more, and not worry so much for the future because I'm not attached to any outcome.
I don't know how. Like I can't think that abstract. I really can't. No, I just can't.
Gotta meditate more.
I've never meditated, but
there you go.
I mean, I've heard it works.
Yeah.
Especially for people with donkey brains like me.
Yeah.
But that's, you know, like, I don't know you know, it's just, that is an abstract kind of way of thinking. I could see, like, if you can actually, you know, like, if you really believe, you know what I mean, that things are that way, I can see how you get there. You know what I mean? Like, you can let things go easier. You know what I mean? And I was wondering about that, too, because, like, just that whole, like, be nicer thing, come to realize, I think a lot of people think I'm a real fucking jerk.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Because, like, just some people that, you know, like, I've gotten to know recently, and it seems like they're like, you're really nice. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
What did you think I was? Like, do I really come across as that big of an asshole?
If you have a voice and you're strident, sometimes people especially become... Often people are reactive and they become very defensive.
Yep.
And so their defensiveness comes to the rise, and they see it as an opposition rather than just like listening, and maybe they have a point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listening is very important.
Yeah.
And not just listening so that you can say something back.
Yeah. So the moves some of them have made that I don't agree with is coming from their point of view. Mm-hmm. So in their point of view, it's right.
Right.
I think in my point of view, it is not right because I prioritize things differently.
Yep.
So that's part of our disagreement.
That is a great way to put it, because the priorities that I have are far different than theirs.
Yeah.
That's actually a brilliant way to look at it through the lens, you know?
Yeah.
Because you know what, as well, it's very interesting you said it like that. Because when you look at...
I'm very smart.
You are very smart. I give you that. I give you that.
Later on, we're going to walk up by cinder block stairs.
Yeah, but intelligence has nothing to do with shit like... Because, like, I get told that I'm smart, but I also do the dumbest shit ever that makes no sense and never works and whatever. But, yeah, I mean, like... That's the thing, is like you see what people prioritize, and you get an idea of like what kind of person they are.
Right.
You know, and so that actually is a brilliant way to look at it.
Yeah.
I think like for me, I am actually going to take that from now on and look at more, I'm going to scrutinize it more closely now. What is it this person is showing me that they prioritize
That's a good way.
in life?
It shows their character.
Yes, it does.
Even the writing, the way they talk, it shows, you know, what their inner life is sometimes.
Yes.
And maybe you understand them a little more. I don't know if it solves anything, but it's one way to start looking at it. Because, like, for instance, the money that is ultimately the money that's spent on that project they did with the offices. I feel like housing is probably a bigger issue than offices. I feel like we have other solutions. I feel like they messed up, and that same group of people messed up when they built their building. They messed up in a lot of ways. One of them was the size of the building.
Yeah, and the wasted space.
Maybe spend a little less on glassy windows and show. And that's, to me, is that show. And that's what they want to show. We're gameplay, we're players, we're blah, 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 blah. I really think that goes down to ego.
Oh, that is definitely ego.
And letting the ego rather than the the needs. The needs of space and the needs, the functionality of the building. And its placement within the environment even.
Don't you think, like, I mean... Because I was talking to someone, like, we were talking about the Freedom School and, like, their new building and stuff.
Yeah.
And this person, like, they know construction and, you know, stuff like that. And they were saying, like, you know, there's all this money that's getting thrown at the Freedom School to put up a new building, which they need, obviously.
Yeah.
But this guy was saying, I don't think, like, he said, he told everybody this, we don't need some fancy building.
Yeah.
Like, what do we need?
Right.
And how can we make the money go as far as, you know, possible? So why not do that? They could have done that over there.
I know a bit about that. Mm-hmm. Having been a parent there for many years, and my mother being one of their chief fundraisers, and that the building that they're designing now is the cheaper building.
Is it?
Their original design was by a guy named Cardinal, who's very famous, and he's a very good architect. Mm-hmm. It was very expensive. And it was very expensive, and it was very fancy and very beautiful, but it was not practical.
Right.
Not for our needs, not for what we can fundraise.
And
so the building they're doing now, see, one thing people do is they're thinking, when you think in the terms of like residential, commercial size stuff, it costs more. It's built to a different standard. They only want to build it once. So the building that they're occupying now, one of the reasons to get out of Racket Point is not a healthy place. Just environmentally.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, we're feet from a...
Yes.
We're some hundreds of feet from a fucking Superfund site.
True.
This isn't where we put our future.
Multiple Superfund sites.
Superfund sites. So, like, honestly, people probably shouldn't live in Racket Point at all. That might be a little extreme, but it is what it is. Like, I honestly like.
Again, I see how you got there.
Yeah, you see how I get there.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Emperor of the World transports those people to a different area and then turns that into like a forest that regenerates or something.
Right.
Like, I don't mean we just bulldoze it and put up a wall, but you know. So, anyways, so the Freedom School, the design they have now, I mean, it's far simpler. It's less expensive than the new Boys and Girls Club. Yeah, the new Boys and Girls Club is going to be not to compare them, but I guess they'll house similar amount of children.
Right.
So
I haven't heard an actual number for the.
It's like
for the Boys and Girls
it's like
Club.
9 million. Something
Is it?
like that. I could probably look this up, but I'm not going to.
See, now I know like because you just gave me information that is new to me about the Freedom School. Yeah. Because, like, and I don't want anybody listening to this thing. I'm saying that the fucking Freedom School doesn't deserve all that money or doesn't need a new building. Yeah. They do, and I want it.
People sure do like to parade our kids around when it's time to impress a fucking official.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Which is gross, too.
It is. So, you know what? They can fucking peel off a few dollars to build them a nice building down on a nice farm on a 147-acre parcel that belongs to the Freedom School. That's at the end of the res. And it's going to have farms attached to it, and it's developing a new lifeway.
Yes,
and that's the whole point. And I know there's other initiatives because, like all Mohawks, we have a great law piece to learn how to get along together, and we don't use it at all. So there's a couple other immersion initiatives now, and they're all great too. And I if people have a few extra shekels to throw them, they should. Mm-hmm. But for the Freedom School, the building they're building is something they want to do once. They want to be an effective building.
Yeah.
And, large enough to grow.
That's what and like when he told me about that, mind you, that was a long time ago. Yeah. So, and he just said like he had said it doesn't need to be like that.
Yeah.
And I kind of figured like I know some of the parents at the Freedom School. The ones that I know are reasonable people. Yeah. So they want to. It makes. I'm glad that you guys went with the more. Functional,
the more economical.
Without having paying for
giant panes of glass.
Yeah, I don't. How tall? Okay, the part where
that glass must cost so much.
How much? How high is that? 40 feet?
Fucking, I don't know. It's
gotta be.
Yeah,
and that's all open space.
Yeah,
fucking wasted.
It's wasted. It's for looks.
It is for looks, and. Are they going to do the same thing I haven't actually seen like the plan itself for the IGA.
I think they should make it a black cube and put the Ministry of Truth on it.
You know what? I'm not even fucking around. Those giant like industrial, like basically where the buildings people put like the guys put up for like a cigarette factory.
Yeah.
Those nice ones with the beams and shit.
Yeah.
Use those.
Yeah.
Use those.
Yeah.
And like add a second floor in there, fucking put the sheetrock up.
It is a warehouse, so I wonder, like, does that price tag? I mean, I know construction costs have gone up, but that price tag seems hefty for, like, what would a Walmart cost to build?
No idea.
Just let's out of curiosity, let's.
It's got to be. Okay. Let's guess first. Don't.
I'm gonna say $20 million.
I was gonna say 15.
Okay, how much does it cost to build a Walmart in 2023? 20 million to 60 million.
God damn it.
Well, I guess it's priced correctly then.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll edit that part out. We're stupid.
But even still.
Walmart has refrigeration.
It's right. I mean, there's a grocery section, all that shit. But I don't know. It's like because of like the thing with the IGA, that really fucking cheeses me,
The whole entire thing, even how the tribe acquired that property.
Yes, all of it.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't even want to get into that fucking whole thing. You want to talk about quid pro quo? Holy fuck. Real. But I mean, you know what? That really does. That was like margin call fucking bailout of an already super rich person. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
But whatever. But like. The whole thing with the IGA, and like you said,
I'm glad somebody else saw that, by the way.
It's Oh, there's other people who saw it.
I remember being at those meetings saying, "Hey, isn't this?"
And I didn't go. I wasn't going to those meetings, but I knew what was going on. And like when I was being told, I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" I mean, I was having my own troubles back then, but
it was a while ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago. Shit, that's over 10 years now.
More.
Yeah, that's like 12,
something like that.
11, 12, something. Anyway, but yeah, like you like, what do you prioritize? So for you, and I agree with this, I prioritize housing over having offices. Mm-hmm. For $30 million, what could have been built? Because, and I remember this when I came on this show the first time and we were talking about housing, and, you know, and I'll never forget this. You were talking about how it's not realistic for everybody to think they're going to get their acre and a mule.
Uh-huh.
It's not. So, you know, their own homestead. But you talked about building up. How much, you know, what could they have done with $30 million?
They can build a pretty large condo.
They would have to be able to build a building with a lot of units in it. Mm-hmm. You got to be able to.
Yep. Whoops.
How could you not? Mm-hmm. And like, I get it. You want to centralize your operations, but I mean, what the fuck? Why not have a little forethought planning on this? Like, I wonder if like every time a new program starts or something like that, or, you know, they start generating the idea for a new program. I'm just curious if they think about, like, truly, like, where are they going to go? Like, where are they going to house this program? And, like, how do you plan for the future of that? Like, this just seems like, because let's be honest, if the fucking pandemic didn't happen,
right,
that IGA would still be nothing happening to it.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard.
So you needed a pandemic in order to be able to pump any fucking resources into that thing.
Right.
Why'd you do it in the first place?
Yeah. And I've heard many iterations of what it was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to look up this one because it's, let's see. 7.4. Okay. So mind you, this is 2015. This 42 unit passive. So this isn't just built to current U.S. codes. This exceeds them by a large margin. This place takes $27 a year to heat.
Holy shit.
$7.4 million. 42 units.
42. So multiply that by 4.
Fuck it. Yeah. Even if it costs 4 times as much, it's still less than 30 office.
Jesus Christ.
That's a lot of fucking families.
That's 170 units, basically.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's sick.
Yeah.
It really is. And, like, I kind of hope that they do hear this because, like, I've heard... Here's why I call bullshit on them saying it's going to cost us more in the long term to have these programs spread out all over the place. I'll go back to what I had just said. Without COVID-19, you would not be doing anything with that building.
Right.
You don't... The tribe received, it was $101 million, I think, for ARPA money and 26 or 27 million with the CARES Act money.
Okay.
So without that money, would they be able to do anything with the IGA? No. So don't bullshit me that, you know, you were going to end up paying those costs over the years anyway.
Right.
Without the COVID money. So fucking leave it and build some goddamn housing units for people.
Exactly. I mean, that would be my priority. And I would have built them in Fort. Why? Because you don't have to reinvest in the infrastructure.
Yeah.
It's
already all aid.
It's fucking all there.
True.
It's all there already. So.
Well, here's another solution for us. You talked about taking over Fort earlier, and I talked about the paltry budget that they have.
Yeah.
Well, move more of our people in here. And then, because, like, I mean, you even hear them explain that the reason why, you know, the triangle within the land claims, that there's more, that they believe that the court's saying there's more reason to give that back to us because it's now occupied 98% by our people. Let's start moving our people out here and to Messina in the Miles Squares.
And the other side
Miles
of that,
Square.
And that's the other side of that. In New York State, they already agree that that's our land.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're negotiating about at all.
I don't either.
Like, let's just occupy it and fucking.
That's what, like, honestly, if it was me, like, and I think we talked about this, and like, I'm glad we could talk a little bit about this here because I can't write about it. I'm not. So like, if there's, it's just to me, it's like people should have been buying up these properties over years, and I would have encouraged council to take some of that money and start buying properties.
I was saying this a long time ago.
Within the mile square.
And some people have.
And some people have. Smart people.
Yes.
Do it earlier because the white people are going to jack the fucking prices. I would. If any, as soon as any kind of deal is inked on a land claim settlement, those prices are going to probably go up tenfold.
Yeah.
You know?
Why wouldn't you?
Well, right.
Why wouldn't you?
Are white people greedy? Yes, they are. So what are you expecting to fucking happen here? You know what I mean?
I'd try to make a deal with them and say, look, we won't charge you taxes anymore.
Right.
Just sell it to us. Keep living here.
Yeah. Like a life estate. Yeah.
And once,
we'll use it for whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I don't know. To me, it's like.
But then we take on the burden of their infrastructure. But still.
So what?
Yeah. We got it anyways.
Yeah. And why not, like, exercise that sovereignty everybody likes to fucking talk about.
Imagine how pretty Main Street would be with a couple buildings like that.
It'd be great.
Passive buildings, and you could have businesses downstairs, and you move that many families to one space. I'm not just talking low income housing.
No,
I mean like all strata.
Yeah,
you want a mix.
You do. You can't have it just I don't care whatever rich people might say, but the only way people I think really get any kind of understanding of people from different, socioeconomic kind of areas is to interact with them.
To know them.
That's it.
Yeah, you got to know your
It's simple. But they don't want to do that.
Look how pretty that is.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm not talking about nothing crazy. Look at that.
No.
This exists.
Actually, it looks like the fucking hotel. It's a casino.
This exists. You can go here. You can go here now. You can go here today. You could drive to Ottawa. You could be there 90 minutes.
That's in Ottawa?
Yep. Yeah.
It's a shame.
And this is 2015, so it's going to cost more now. Technology's improved since then.
Right? Yeah.
It's gotten better. Not, this has become cheaper too, and more innovative. And we have local companies that can do this, and that's the other side of that. So that's what attracts my ire is the waste and the lip service we pay to Mother Earth.
Yeah.
But look, I saw a meme that really it kind of cheesed me off. It said, "What do we do about climate change? We return the Earth to the Indigenous people." And I was like, "Yo, have you seen the fucking ditches on the res?"
Right.
Let's start with keeping our own house clean.
True. It's true.
So
I mean, and I've had now. Granted, it was a white person like racist trying to instigate with me, but. He did say something about like, look at all the trash, and I was like, you're a racist pile of shit, but like, I can't say that what you just said isn't factual.
Yeah.
Because it does happen like a lot, but I mean
that comes with culture. Like that's what I'm doing with those kids is like trying to be nice to each other and trying to encourage them to think outside the box and things differently. Is also taking responsibility for yourself. Like it's not that hard to bend down and pick up a piece of trash. If you create a cultural norm to clean up after yourself, and sometimes we have to start at square one.
Yep.
The residential schools and whatever else broke.
Yeah.
That and our people.
It did.
We can't blame it all on that because some of the older people who are as Catholic as can be will clean their yard.
Yes. Actually, to me, it always seems like it's the Catholics who have the nicest yards.
Yeah.
I'm for real. Seems like it.
Yeah. They should pick a new Jesus club, though. Not the Mormons either. They're fucking weirdos.
Mormon is...
If you're a Mormon, weird. You're so weird.
I can't help but... That fucking South Park episode about Joseph Smith is like...
Oh, the more you learn about them, because I love reading about them because it's crazy.
It is crazy.
It's like carny shit.
It really is. Like, you talk about a fucking con. Holy shit.
I like reading about cults, though.
Oh, yeah. Cults are interesting.
They are.
They really are. How do you get to that point?
Yeah, right.
I don't, like... See, that's the thing too, is like whenever you read or watch stuff about cults, it's like you are sitting there thinking, how do they ever get to this point?
Yeah.
And then like basically in everything you see now, those people will say, I know you can't imagine how I got to that place, but it happened and it didn't seem too weird to me at the time.
Well, the same people will then put their kid on a little yellow school bus and they'll go to a march about decolonization.
Yeah, true. True.
Sometimes it's hard to see what's right in front of you.
It is.
Yeah.
Yep.
And everybody wants to belong, man.
That is true.
That's a big part of it. Everybody wants to be special too.
Yep.
Like that's why they say, you know, the QAnon people and the cult people, they kind of share. They share in religious people and then sports people. They all kind of share a little something.
Yeah, that's. I mean, honestly, I'll tell everybody who's listening to this right now, you're not special.
No.
I'm not special. Josh isn't special. You're very... When you see an actual special person, you'll know it.
Yeah.
And I'm not it. And neither are you. Like, I don't know. You might want to cut that out, but...
Yeah. I'm special. That's what my teacher used to say.
I just always like, anytime I get a chance to like kind of bring that point up to people, it's like, you're not special. Like, believe me, you're not. Like, and I'm not saying I am either. I'm just telling you.
Not only you're not special, you're not going to be here that long.
Yeah.
Like in the scheme of things, you are but a spark that's slowly fading out.
Yeah.
You're like a firecracker that just went off.
Yep.
And so don't take shit too seriously, man.
Nope. Be nice to people. Think critically. Don't be reactive. You know,
it's fun to struggle.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if like, you know, like you look back on your life and you start thinking about things and like, I tend to look at it and I'm like, boy, I am really glad I am not living like that anymore. But holy shit, do I have some cool stories.
That's
true. I mean,
and someday I'll finish the molding on the wall there.
Yeah, it's just the way, you know what I mean? It's humanity, I guess. We're all strange.
That's a good one to end on.
Yeah.
I think this is going to end up as 2 episodes that kind of branch.
How long did we go this time?
Hour 47.
Whew. Okay.
It's Sage Against the Machine with me, Joshua, and
Isaac.
Yes, we're coming at you. Find us on YouTube, iTunes, Amazon Music, all the things. Go see our sister podcast, Women's Dance, and of course the Aboriginal Outlaws podcast, the originator, the pollinator today. It's the pollinator. And good night. Good night, good luck.
Later.